Hey everybody, it's Mike here. Welcome to the channel. Well, today we are going to model a pen. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's quite a simple object. Well, not necessarily, because it's not going to be just any old pen. It's going to be kind of an interesting shape, if you will, right? The idea of this video is to explain as many modeling fundamentals as possible in one object. And it is aimed towards people that are fairly new to Maya, but nevertheless you might pick up a thing or two, right? Okay, so let's get started with the pen. We're going to start on the top, and we're going to start with our clicky button type deal. Okay, so we're going to grab a cylinder. I'm going to hit E to rotate, hold on J, flip it on its side like so. And then I don't need both face sides. So I got one here and one here. If I just want to get rid of one, what I typically do is I go in here, right click at the face, drag select over the center of body and everything in that section, and then shift drag select here, which as a result will have this selected that I can now delete. Next up, I'm going to go in here to edge, double click, and we're going to hit bevel. And let's do 0.3, maybe a little less, 0.2. And we're going to have 3 segments in here. That's good. And then we're going to go to mesh and smooth because we don't have any restrictions related to poly count. So that's all good, right? Okay, next up, we need something to cover this guy. So we're going to grab a torus. Hit E, rotate it, hold on J, like so. Then this is going to move over here to about there. So now I know where to trim this guy. We're going to hit 4 for wireframe mode. Let's go into face. And we're going to hit shift dot or shift period or shift point, whatever you want to call that, right? Like so. We're going to delete that. So now if I grab this guy and move it over, we'll get something looking like this. And I think we'll do one more. And then we'll grab this edge and extrude that. Then W, push that in like so. Then bevel this. 0.2, and there you go. And then we don't need all of that. Go to face. Get rid of all of this. And then go in here to edge, Control E to extrude, R to scale in. Do the same here. And there you go. Q on the keyboard. Let's go to mesh and smooth. Get something looking like that. Hit W, bring it in. And again, I don't have a poly count restriction here, so we're going to scale this in. And I'm going to go in here and turn on ambient occlusion. Yep. Okay, cool. So happy with that. I might want to stretch it out a little bit. So yeah, looks good. All right, so now we have a main body that's supposed to start from here, and then we have a ring a bit further on, right? So we're going to grab these two, and let's just move that over here. and let's create that ring. Now I'm just looking at the proportions. I got the pen in front of me, so that ring will be about here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab another cylinder, E to rotate, hold on J, flip it on the side. And if you think your circle thingy is too small to see, what you can do is hit Shift plus on your keyboard or Shift minus. Alright, so we'll do that. Okay, so I got this. Now I don't need those interfaces, so we're going to right click on the face and we're going to direct select these like so. Then we're going to right click on object, we're going to hit R, we're going to push it in. And this is going to be, it's not going to be symmetrical, well, not in the sense of left and right, because I'm going to drag select these and kind of flare that out a little bit. And now the only thing I need to do next is to kind of see if my proportions are right. And I think this needs to be a bit bigger. Let me just check with this guy here. A little bit bigger. All right, we're going to W, we're going to move it over here. I hope I didn't rotate it, that wouldn't be good. And I did not, which is fine, okay. All right, so we got that. Then we're going to do, double click on this guy, Control E to extrude, R to scale in, do that here. Control E, R to scale in. Two little bevels. Control B to bevel. 0.2. Let's go to mesh and smooth. All right. So there we have that. And now we can look at the overall shape of our main body here, right? Now there are several ways we can do this, and yeah, I'm just thinking which one am I going to do. And I think what I'll do is simply take a cylinder, hit E to rotate, hold on J, flip it on the side. We're going to move this in here, and then I'm going to get rid of those faces again. All right, and we need to get the dimensions right, so we're going to go in here, we're going to scale this up, move this in. That's pretty much spot on. Okay, then we are going to right click on the vertex, we're going to drag select these, we're going to push that in here, F to frame, 4 for wireframe mode, and we want to push that in, push it back. So that's not bad. Okay, now we're going to insert edge loops, and let's do, I don't know, let's do 8 to start with. Okay, and the idea is that it becomes thicker here, becomes thinner here, and then goes back up again, right? So we're going to go to this view, Q on the keyboard, we're going to grab these vertices, and we're going to hit R. So I want this to kind of flare up, and I know that I want this to go down. And now the idea is, of course, to create a flow that will make that happen. Let's see, what are we doing here? That looks pretty good. Excuse me. And then we're going to smooth this out, see how that pans out. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to hit W, we're going to move it up. We're going to go to Edge, we're going to double click and Control E and R. Hit 1 first to go back, yeah. There you go. Same with this end. Then hit R. Q on the keyboard, go to Edge, select and select, bevel 0.2, there you go. Then we're going to go to Mesh and Smooth to actually smooth it. We're going to put it back in place. Hold down X, snap it. There you go. Then we're going to check the fit. That looks good. That looks good. So we got the top part of the pen. And now we're going to focus on the bottom part, right? So it's somewhat of a similar process. We're going to go towards the tip of the pen. So for that, what we'll do is we'll grab another polygon cylinder, we'll hit W, and that's going to be somewhere around here. All right, we're going to go in again, get rid of those, and then we're going to look at the overall position, size, and whatnot. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to vertex. This is going to be quite thin, of course. These are going to come back a little bit. And then that's about right. We're going to hit F to frame that. Insert edge loop. Let's do 4. Q on the keyboard. And then we're going to do something similar as what we did just now. All right. So we're going to hit R. We're going to flare that a little bit. All right. Maybe just stretch that out a little, like so. We're going to go in here. We're going to go to Edge, double click, Control E to extrude, R to scale, and G to repeat, and W to push in. Then we'll do the same over here. Double click, Control E, R to scale, right click at the edge, double click, shift, double click, bevel 0.1, and go to mesh and smooth. And position wise, that looks pretty close, right? Now we got that ring in the middle. Now we need a main body. And for the main body, again, we're going to do a cylinder. Hit W, move that in. E to rotate, hold on J. Move it up. Right click face. We don't need those. And we're going to hold down X as we snap it down. We're going to hit W. We're going to move it over here. And that needs to be a good fit, of course. So we're going to hit R. We're going to scale. All right. And then from here, we're going to grab this. We're going to hit W. We're going to move that over here. After frame, R to scale down. All right, we're going to go to insert edge loop again. This time we'll do 8 again. And here the point is that we want it a bit thicker at the end here. So we're going to go in here and we're going to kind of bump that up and then bump this up a little bit more and even more, and we want to end up thicker than the end there. And then this will go in a little. This will go in a little. Let's see, not entirely happy with this. Let's bring this down a bit. Bring it down a bit. And then go up. And I think if we hit preview smooth, let's have a look, guys. Yeah, looks good. All right, we're going to W, we're going to raise this up. As before, grab this guy, Control E to extrude. Let's hit 1 so we have preview smooth off. We're going to go in here to edge, we're going to double click and shift, double click and bevel. 0.1. And then go to mesh and smooth, hit W, hold on X, and why is it not snapping? It should. Not sure what that was all about. Okay, now it needs to be scaled up just a tiny bit. Something's off on the positioning. Let's go to modify and center pivot. There you go. All right, we're going to scale it a little bit to make it a bit thicker. Then we're going to bring it in. Let's check it from this end. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, then we want the tip of the pen, of course. Tip of the pen is going to be another cylinder. Either rotate, hold on J, hit W, bring that out. R to scale it down. After frame. We don't need these faces. Hold on the tab key and go around. Then we're going to go to edge, double click, we're going to bevel. Let's do 0.8. Let's do 2, that's a bit much, 1. 1's fine. And then we need segments. That's good. Let's hit W, bring that in. Scale the whole thing up a little bit. We're going to stretch that out like so. Hit 3 to preview smooth. That looks good. We're going to go to mesh and smooth. All right. So this is the overall shape we have so far. Now, of course, we need to have the clip. And the clip needs to be hugging the pen, right? So clip's going to be here, and what we're going to do is we're going to start with a face, with a come on, brain fart, plane, yeah. And we're going to scale that. We're going to hit W. We're going to push that up, and we're going to go into the attribute editor. Let's set that to 2. Actually, we'll do 6 on that, and we'll do 2 on that. We'll hit R, we'll push it in. All right. Then we're going to look at the positioning. So where it's going to start, where's it going to end, right? So I want this to go from here, so it's close to the end here, and this is a bit too far, so I'm going to go in here to face, delete the last bit there. Okay, then this needs to go in to about there, and then we need to have a nice flow. That looks all right. After frame, then what I'm going to do is go in here to edge 1 and 2, Control E, and W to push down, and then I want to rotate them. Not like that, yeah. Yeah, we get that sorted in a second. And then here, I'm going to do insert edge loop. We'll do 1 in the middle right there. Q on the keyboard. We're going to go to face, to edge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Control E to extrude. W to push down. Hit E, rotate that. That looks about right. Then we're going to take the whole thing. We're going to extrude it. Let's do 0.2, 0.02, 0.04. 0.08. Let's have a preview here. Let's hit 3. That looks very nice. Then we're going to go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth. We'll grab this guy. We need to lower that a little bit. And then we have our completed pen. All right. So yeah, there you have it. So hopefully it was fun. Hopefully you learned something. And that said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right.